Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. War Rabbit, and today we're going to be going over some army lists from the last weekend for Tau that did pretty well. So let's get into it. So the first list is going to be from Puzzle Hobby's Road to Nova 40k event. Person that ran it was Aiden Dennis. They did pretty well. So the first one, right, we're getting started here is going to be Kauyon. And if we start looking through the data sheets, you get the characters. You got the Warlord, or Warlord's Darkstrider, doesn't really matter. You got the two commanders, Enforcer, and the Darkstrider. Darkstrider is going to be there for that 12-inch no deep strike aura, and he gives a pretty decent damage buff to Pathfinders if they're in this list. Commander Enforcer battle suit. He's going to run a cyclic double plasma, so he's just trying to be most likely in a fire knife suit right there with double plasma. I don't know about double plasma. He's got Exemplar of the Kauyon, so he's getting sustained. So those plasmas are actually going to be pretty good on turn 2. Same with the cyclic. Fire knives give them the ability, so it's okay. I think right now missile pods are still a little better, but it's going to be fine. Broadsides, Kauyon, broadsides is what it is. Yep, twin smart missile system because of the Kauyon change, obviously. There is, if you didn't know, Kauyon completely reworked. It now only gives sustained hits 1 on turn 3, and there's a bit of a argument going on, but from what I read, depending on the tournament, what they choose to do, Kauyon is allowing you for the entire game to ignore ballistic skill and modifiers and to hit modifiers, but most likely most tournaments are running that on turn 3 guided only, so I'd assume that's the case. But yeah, you used to just run the twin missile, sorry, not twin smart missile, the twin plasma rifles, but now because you have ignore ballistic skill modifiers, you're always hitting on 4s. Most of the time when you're guiding, it's going to be ignore cover anyway, so it's just a good thing. He's running 1 rail rifle, two individual broadsides with rail rifles, missile drones, basic stuff. Crisis fire knives. If you're running a commander, you're running crisis suits, you got to do it. He just needs more protection, and he's basically like 50% of the output of the team anyways. Yep, Kauyon running a ghost. You're gonna run a ghost kill. Twin fusion blasters. You're gonna park him on the middle of the board on an objective and just say come and get it, and he's annoying to get rid of, so he's gonna be fine. 1 hammerhead, always good. Again, twin smart missile systems. The indirect fire now in Kauyon is going to be quite good, I think, and most people are going to hate it a lot, but we don't really have the same level of movement shenanigans as we did in previous editions with crisis suits, so being able to target, guard artillery units in the back, taking out aspect warriors, maybe some like cheap chaff units in the back as well, hell, even other Kroot, other Tau Kroot units hiding behind cover, they'll get picked up pretty easily. Kroot carnivores, you have your forward deploy, just general trade unit you throw on the board. They got to kill it. They have to. If they get into melee with some like cheap chaff units, like guard squads or something, they might pick up half the squad on the charge. So, Tango bomb launcher, just throwing a special weapon in there just cause. Pathfinder team, let's see. Recon drone, yep. So you got the grenade launcher and triple ion. So the triple ion is strength 8, +1 to wound, so you're wounding most things in the game on 4s now, if I remember correctly, if you have Darkstrider in here. So that's pretty good. That's going to be basically plasma guns hitting on 4s. And the thing about Pathfinders now is that they got nerfed pretty bad, in my opinion, when it came to spotting. You go into the Pathfinder squads, you used to be able to double spot, now you just get the benefits of being guided, even though you're guiding. If you're trying to just guide with your Pathfinders, which probably isn't a good idea anymore, you might as well just take a Fireside team, because they have lone op, they can guide at the same distance as Pathfinders can, and their just sole purpose is guiding, and you might be able to pick something off or whatever. But yeah, you're gonna be triple ion, it's gonna smack into something. You can shoot this into like a tank, because they're strength 8, so you're wounding everything on 4s if you have Darkstrider in there, so it's gonna be pretty big. Piranhas, I've been seeing more and more lists take Piranhas because they're just these nuisance units, and they're only 60 points, like really fast. You get 2 smart missile systems, sorry, not smart missiles, secret missiles, that you just shoot up. You know, you got to take them out. They can guide each other if there's a pair, and they just run up, launch their smart missiles, shoot a fusion blaster, and then they got their twin pulse carbines. They have like I think they have a morale check thing where you force a battle shock. So if they fail it, that's pretty big because they'll be failing it on their turn, not the start, whatever. There's like a special way to do this so that when it's their turn, or I actually might be wrong on that. I think you just do the battle shock and then you shoot them first. Battle shock, they can't use defensive stuff. I'm pretty sure if they get battle shocked on your turn, they go over to their turn. They just revert to battle shock on their command phase. Triple Riptide, pretty obvious. Again, twin smart missile systems. You used to see the double plasma just to get more damage in because the smart missile systems weren't that good shooting indirect. Now they are in Kauyon. If you're running Kauyon, you're running smart missile systems on everything, especially if your tournament's ruling turn 1, you get ignore all ballistic skill modifiers because then you can shoot through walls the entire game. It's pretty good. Double Skyray makes sense. Again, smart missiles. Skyrays are pretty much the only other anti-tank option outside of hammerheads, and to be honest, most people, like, when people see a hammerhead, they get scared. They're going to target it first, so you have more turns with your Skyrays. And obviously, when you're running Kauyon, you want really bulky models to keep them going, to keep them surviving until turn 3, obviously. So you're going to be bringing big tanks, big battle suits, not the smaller stuff, because they're not going to survive. Double stealth suit. The stealth suit nerf, I still run triple stealth suit, but I can definitely understand the double. Stealth suit nerf was huge, but obviously their buff was also huge. So 2 of them should be fine. Any less than 2 in every single list, unless you're in like Recruit Hunting Pack, I think is pretty bad. But yeah, I think he did pretty good. I believe I only grabbed lists from top 10 and above on a 30+ player GT. So yeah, he did pretty good. Obviously, Darkstrider is being slammed into this, and then they have all the goodies that Darkstrider gives. So you have this really beefy Pathfinder squad now with Darkstrider, which is pretty nice. Yeah, other than that, the double broadsides are really annoying to deal with because now you have these 2 broadsides shooting with all this. So you have a lot of long-range firepower in this list. So he's obviously sending the Riptides to the midboard, but everything else sits in the back and targets for him. I don't see any, like, the normal stuff you'd get would be the double Devilfish with Breachers, but he chose that. Obviously, he chose against it. Could be a she, but I don't think most women are named Aiden. So yeah, let's move on. Goonhammer 2025. You know, this one's Logan Antonation. And Tau Empire, this one's going to be a Montcalm list. I believe he went 3-2. I could be wrong. He did well, realistically, for what Tau is. Contra Fireblade is going to be a Breachers team. There he is. Shadow Sun, obviously. Shadow Sun, I think, with the changes, got kind of nerfed pretty bad because she would give the reroll 1s to hit for the aura, and now you just slap it down on a stealth team, and your entire army gets it. She's still pretty good for command point generation on out of basically the out of start phase that this Ethereal would give. You got Strategic Conqueror there. So he's going to be pushing things up the board with his unit he's in. He got Trail Shaper with Strike Swiftly. Okay. That's pretty interesting. He's probably slamming that into like a Farstalker or a Recruit squad. But yeah, the Ethereal, Strategic Conqueror, you're starting him on the board, which is kind of risky. Obviously, he's going to be scout moving him and his squad and I think 2 others. And that's going to be pretty big. But normally you want to keep your Ethereal by themselves in strategic reserve because they can just keep generating your command points on a 4+ every command phase. And then if that fails, you'd have Shadow Sun. I think realistically now, I think double Ethereals are just better. Two Ethereals in strategic reserve is better than Shadow Sun, obviously, for generating command points. And they drop down in turn 3 in strategic reserve on like a home objective to be an idiot on a backfield objective once things get cleared out. Trail Shaper's cool. You run around. I think he's a redeploy guy, so that's pretty good. And then he gives him like some buffs or something. He's just a 80-point idiot you have to make your Fart Stalkers a little better, maybe even Recruit Carnivores. I don't think you put him in a Recruit Carnivore squad. Oh, no, you're definitely putting him in a Recruit Carnivore squad. That's a 20-man. Double Breacher, 1 Devilfish. The reason you have the second Breacher squad because you're slamming it in with the Ethereal, so the Ethereal can strike. Hold up now. That's Strategic Conqueror. Strike Roofies are here. Strategic Conqueror is giving him is giving him better. I think it's better objective. Let's see. Wikipedia, 40k. What are we looking at? Tau. Oh, probably got to put the special thing for Tau, otherwise it doesn't search properly. Tau Empire. I'm pretty sure Strategic Conqueror is the one that gives you more objective control. Let's see. Kauyon. Yep. Start of the first battle round. Oh, you pick a unit and then. So you pick a objective marker on the battlefield. Okay. I don't know why you take that, to be honest. Which one was this list? Yep. On an ethereal squad as well with a breacher team, because you're slamming him in this devilfish. Why does he have a second breacher team? He's probably putting in strategic reserve. He's only got enough for one devilfish, huh? Brute carnivores, 20 man. You're slamming your trail shaper there so they can get some movement shenanigans. Far stalkers, they're 85 point idiots. They're good to go. Double Crute Hound for objective harassing. I think you could probably have either reduced the Far Stalker down and drop that, and you probably get a second Vespid, because the Vespid, if you didn't know, for an objective, right? Where is it? It's where is it? There's a Montcalm stratagem, and it's when excluding Crute. So Vespid can be used for pinpoint counteroffensive, so you can start them on the board, right, and just throw them at them, because it's only Crute units. So like Vespid are actually kind of a hidden tech, so to speak, in Montcalm, because you could just throw them at like a knight in combat. The knight just picks them up in the combat, and then the next turn or whatever, you throw them in the open, have them shoot something stupid, and then they actually pick up. You get that was it full reroll to hit? Yeah, full reroll to hit against something just by dropping some Vespid at them. So it's pretty crazy. So you got double stealth suit on this list, obvious. Double or triple. I think moving to double is probably better. I just like the triple. Triple Riptide, SMS. The SMS is okay in Montcalm. Obviously, it's much better in Kauyon. Skyray with a smart missile, so he's just trying to sit in the back. You need the SMS, because the SMS has longer range than the plasma rifles, obviously. Triple Piranha. So these are just they're going to charge up the board with the Crute and be annoying, and because the Piranhas are like what, T7, right? If I remember correctly, they're pretty nuts. So overall, I think this list is pretty good. I don't remember exactly how he did, but it's a fun list, especially with like throwing the ethereal and the devilfish. I don't know why he just has an extra breacher team. I think he's putting it strategic reserve and then dropping it down on turn, I think 2 or 3, and just slamming it down. That's probably my mindset if I was going to play that list. Other than that, because like just having him on the board, because like it's 100 points, so you could probably have done something else with it, but because normally what I'm thinking, you got to put him in a devilfish, but clearly he knows what he's doing with it. So I think it's a good list. I definitely think so. It's a very fun thing, because most of the time you go back, you get the Kauyon good stuff of like triple Riptide, Ghost Keel, and then as many tanks as you can fit in the list. So that's always interesting to do. Next list, War Games Con 15, Will Davis. I don't believe, which one is it? Okay, so he's not the one that I don't believe this guy went. I don't think he won. I think he went X and 1. I think he had 1 loss. So Montcalm again. Okay, so we got Farsight. So we're going pretty thematic here. So he's going to be slammed into a Sunforged team to get the benefits of being Sunforged and all that good stuff. Commander Enforcer, he's going to be 4 missile pots. He's going to missile Nice Strike Swiftly. He's going to be starting on the board to push people up. Dark Strider, he's going to be slammed into a Pathfinder squad, obviously. You got double Breacher team, 2 Devilfish. Yep, there you go. So you don't need a Cadre Fireblade most of the time now. Because, did that last lift have a Cadre Fireblade? Or was I just missing one? Oh yeah, so there's, my bad. He doesn't have a second Breacher team. He has a Cadre Fireblade. I'm assuming he's slamming. That's a little odd. Let's go back to the list though. I'll have to think about that a little more. So obviously you're throwing both these Breachers into the Devilfish. You don't need a Cadre Fireblade for the Breachers to do what they want to do, which is just pick off some random garbage on a objective and take it. So there's always that. And then obviously the supports, the dedicated transports, the Devilfish, they're hard to kill. They got two twin secret missiles. You advance them up the board. You get guided, and you launch a secret missile. 4 secret missiles into a knight. You'll probably half health it through its invuln, or like you drop 2 secret missiles into a knight to get them rotate ion shields, and then just drop 2 others into a different one, so they only have a 5 up. So if you manage to get that wound off, it's pretty big. Breachers just pop out and kill whatever they shoot at, basically. Yep. Fire Knife team with missile pods. You're dropping them on the board. He's got Strike Swiftly, so he's going to be on the board with Strike Swiftly. You could probably, depending on the matchup here, because of the Sunforge, you could drop them on the board with Farsight, right? And then just scout them up the board with Strategic Conqueror plus whatever. But you're most likely Strike Swiftly, not Strategic Conqueror. Strike Swiftly. You're going to be striking swiftly the 2 Devilfish plus that guy. He's going to run up the board with those, or even just like readjust them in the back line and then shove these guys up the board in the Devilfish. Ghost Keel, slam him in the center, tell him to come get me. He's got Twin Fusion Blasters and the Ion Raker, and then I believe he ignores modifiers already, so there's what it is, because of the Battlesuit support system. Do Riptides have those? Does this guy take in Riptides? No. Triple Piranha. Yep, obviously you're gonna run Mont-Ka. I think they're like move 10 or 7. It might be move 10 or 12. What movement are they? Instead of just like talking out my ass. Let's where are you? Other battle suits. Fortifications. Where is the Piranhas? I'm blind. Quick. Let's see. Flying through this. 14. I'm way off. Okay, so yeah, move 14 with a auto, not an auto advance, but plus like D1 basically, because you always roll 1, so you advance, obviously. So yeah, you can get up to 20 inches of movement on this guy while still being able to shoot and guide. So they're pretty good at Mont-Ka, I think. So you just run up the board, throw them on an objective, target something in the back line that doesn't expect basically 2 single shot las cannons coming at them on turn 1. Skyrays, obviously. See, this is what I'm saying though with the accelerated burst cannons. If you're not, I definitely agree with accelerated burst cannons here, because you get the assault and they're pretty good at clearing off stuff. Don't Skyrays come with secret missiles? Hold up. Maybe that's just a list thing. I'm pretty sure Skyrays come with a secret missile rack and 2 secret missiles, right? Oh no, I'm just completely misremembering. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, triple Skyray. The Tau just don't have the staying power that we used to in previous editions. So you just have to have heavy vehicles and stuff like that, quote unquote heavy, because they're what, T10, T11, T10. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it's T10. Yeah, T10. So las cannons are gonna hit you pretty hard anyways, and a triple stealth suit, obviously. So I don't think you can go wrong with double stealth suit, but I feel it's a lot safer for triple. It's just now triple stealth suit is cheaper by a lot. You basically, if you took 3 stealth suits now, you basically up 1 stealth suit team base. So it's just bad. That nerf hits hard, and it really makes you shuffle your list around. But yeah, this is a good list. I think it'll work a lot. It's just Darkstrider solo, right? No Pathfinders. Let's see. Oh, the Pathfinder team, yeah. Ion rifles, yeah. So definitely that ion rifle shenanigans with Darkstrider is going to show up a lot. I don't think you take them solo. I definitely think you take them Darkstrider, because he's just good in the back line. And those ion rifles, you shoot them into marine squads like Terminators, right? You're wounding them on 3s. They're pretty good, I think, in a Death Shroud. Actually, I'm pretty sure our Death Shroud -1. It doesn't matter. They're plasma rifles. They're going to be 9 shots. You might, plus the rest of your shooting, you're going to be hitting them pretty hard anyways. So you'll be throwing them on their invuln. And a 90-point guy, 90-point team of dudes that just sit there, mark you, buff the entire army into you, and then just shoot you with the equivalent of 9 plasma shots on a +1 to wounds, kind of nuts. So I think the Pathfinder teams people are used to them just being double guiders and shooting some random bullshit shots that do nothing. Now with Darkstrider, with the benefits, I think people are gonna have to be scared of Pathfinder teams now if they're gonna be running them from damage. Okay, so this is the guy that topped this tournament. I'm pretty sure it's like a 120 plus person tournament. So he did pretty good. It's Durant Bazzini. Oh my gosh, I can't. So yeah, Mountain West Classic. I'm pretty sure This is like 120 person tournament. Let's see. Ooh. Search results. Let's scroll down. Yep. 123. He topped the tournament. Ooh. Sorry for the flashbang. There he is. So just before I was looking at some of his lists, not his list, but this list specifically, there's some like drama, I guess I saw online. I don't know how, real it is. Something about slow play. I don't care about any of that. I'm just letting you know beforehand if you have any reservations because of that. So start off with the list. Obviously, Shadow Sun. Shadow Sun's good, especially if you're not taking an ethereal. You got one breacher team. Is there? Oh my gosh. There's one devilfish all the way at the bottom. This is a horrible format. Crew carnivores, obviously, they're really good. You just slap them on the field, scout them up behind a wall, have them behind a wall, maybe do a conga line to pick up 2 objectives or something like that. It is what it is. Pathfinder, same deal. No Dark Strider, but they're just good in general. With what do they take? Did he even take Ion Rifle? There it is. It's just the format. But yeah, I don't necessarily like Pathfinders by themselves without Dark Strider right now, but he clearly won a 120 person tournament, so it doesn't really matter. So my opinion is probably not as good as his. But yeah, I think if you turn this Pathfinder into a Firesight Marksman just to guide, I feel like that's a little better unit, but clearly it's good enough. Double stealth suit again, double or triple, can't go wrong. Double's probably the more MSU bet, which is a good idea. Vespid's here. Yep, obviously Vespid's. He's in Kauyon, right? Yep, Kauyon. So Vespids are always fun. Again, backline harass. You drop them in turn 2, turn 3, whatever in the backfield. Have some random garbage. Have your Have your hammerheads, the smart missile systems shoot their stuff off the board, or get them close enough and then shoot into them. If it's like a 5-man intercessor squad, drop the Vespid and shoot them, then charge in, and then take their backfield objective from them if you roll that 9. So it's just one of those things. And then you can uppy downy afterwards or whatever. Crew Talks Riders. I don't know if that's a unit of 2 or 2 units of 1. I'm assuming it's a unit of 2 right there because it has a 2x and it's 60 points. Yeah, it's a pair. The pair's nice. He's just a random idiot. Those fists are actually surprisingly strong for what they do. So you just slam them in the backfield, maybe even run up the board with them, and you can charge into stuff, and they'll actually pick things up, which is kind of funny. Ghost Skill and Kauyon. You just slam them in the front. You got the mirror stratagem. I think the wall of mirrors or something, whatever the hell it's called, and you can uppy downy him. So he's fun. Hammerhead, you need anti-tank. Hammerhead's the best anti-tank in the game. Or not in the game, the codex. 2 piranhas, again, they're just really fast skimmers now. You get that 14-inch move, you throw them down, double seeker missile into something, and then you're probably not going to shoot them after that. You might shoot a las cannon at them, and I think they have just enough health to survive 1 las cannon, so it's surprisingly tough to take care of this guy. Triple Riptide, always good. Twin smart missile systems, double, all the standard stuff. Ion Accelerator, because the burst cannon right now isn't that good. The Ion Accelerator, you target into Death Shroud, and Death Shroud disappear if you have 3 of them. So it's just one of those units that you need to have right now because of the way the meta has evolved, kind of around Death Guard, and basically the equivalent of the Death Guard version of this list is the Death Shroud with Demon Engine stuff, and even Poxwalker, and then some Poxwalkers. The Ion Accelerators, I think, damage 4, and then AP 3 when it's overcharged. And when it's not, it's just AP2. So the AP3 damage 4 is just enough to, you shoot that guy a couple times and he's able to blink them off. You get the dev wounds in so they go through their invuln. You'll be able to, this 190 point unit might be able to pick off 2 or 3 death shroud in 1 turn of shooting. And that's a lot. Sky Rays, obviously, again, second best anti-tank in the codex. You just need them. They're really tanky. T10 with a, 10 plus wounds is really annoying to shift. Devilfish for the breachers. Yes, this is great. Only thing I really have a problem with is just me being a little reserved on solo Pathfinders, but he's clearly knows what he's doing because he won the entire tournament. So kudos to you, man. You are, you make Pure Tide proud. Next list, Summer Donut solo. I believe this guy topped it as well. And he's 10 points below. This guy should feel shame. Okay, so it's a Ret Cadre. Ooh, spicy. Yep. As many commanders as you can get because you're slamming them all into I think this is just an oops all battle suits list. Got one little piranha there and some Vespid. So yeah, oops all battle suits, triple stealth suits. I feel like the meme would have been to turn these into. Actually, I don't think he topped this. I think he did well though. The meme would be to turn one of these, like drop the Vespid, drop that to get really oops all battle suits, and just turn these guys into 6-mans. That would have been funny. But yeah, clearly he did well, I think. But I think, as I say that, just a good list. It's just the list that I'm seeing. So we got a Ret Cadre list. Commander Farsight, he's being slapped into your Sunforge, obviously. No, 2 shield drones, 3 gun drones, 1 marker drone. So he's going to be marking with Farsight. Okay. Cold Star, double burst cannon, 1 cyclic, throwing that into Fire Knife right here. Oh no, sorry, that's the Star Scythe, one of the Star Scythes. Then you got the plasma for your Fire Knife, and then Pure Time Chip, so you just get some stuff back on your Star Scythes with the flamers, and then Roken Protocol, stuff like that. And then obviously the Riptides with smart missile systems. Do Riptides ignore ballistic missile modifiers? Let's see. Overall, these lists have been pretty fun, but let's check, because I'm pretty sure Riptides don't. They don't have a battle suit system, but they might. Oh no. The bear is eligible to shoot and turn. Okay. For the hit roll. Okay, so it doesn't say which one he picked for that. I'd assume it'd be the one that's falling back because you're in Ret Cadre. Because you're gonna be in the midfield, but you could do the no modifier to hit rolls as well. Yeah, I think this is good. The smart missile systems at point blank could actually do a lot. Surprisingly, same with the missile drones. I'm pretty sure the missile drones are, what are they, AP2 damage, right? Let's see. Surprised he didn't go like the double the twin fusion on the Riptide here, but where is? Doesn't even say. I'm just gonna assume it's a strength 7, AP2 2 damage, like 3 shots each, hitting on a 5. Because that's the standard, drone profile with the missile launcher. But yeah, this is a fun list. Clearly he's using the Vespid to stay as a turn 3 harass unit. You drop down, pick up, drop down. So you can get that turn 3, pick up an objective, hold it, drop up on your command phase. I think it's your opponent's fight phase. I could be wrong. But you pick them up, and then turn 5, because they have like a special rule for when you uppy downy, and you can drop them in turn 5. They're pretty fun. Yeah, all these lists are really good. I think they could do well. Obviously, this is Durant's Bazzini's list is the gold standard right now, because this is literally the best list from one of the largest tournaments. He topped. So this is like, if you want a good list, look at this guy's list right here. Screenshot this, I guess. But yeah, this list is fun. Obviously, it's just your standard Kauyon good stuff with the triple Riptide, double Skyray, and a Hammerhead, and then you throw in some Piranha just for some extra harass units. And as I thought, realistically, no crisis suits. I think crisis suits are good. I just think that you might be wasting your time on them. But yeah, other than that, I think we're doing pretty well. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.